souls just drifting in eternity.
Welcome to Chumming with the Spirits, another glorious episode.
Podcast episode.
Yeah, because this is a podcast, so that makes sense.
And this thing that we do is called an episode?
It's called an episode. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's called Chumming.
It's called chumming.
Well, are we still chumming? Are you still chumming?
Yep.
I am.
How is it? What's your
Real
flavor?
good.
What's your flavor?
So this one is the lemonade shaved ice. Real good. The cosmic one was pretty good too.
This is the orange creamsicle.
Oh, you went number 2. You went for 2 of them.
No, this is still the same one.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you. You know what?
I'm restrained.
You're not over. What's the deal with having some restraint?
Just wait until you guys are
Because it's 400 degrees.
because it's 400 degrees in here. So, cheers,
Yep,
and welcome
cheers.
to another episode. Now, this episode is going to be very, very interesting.
Might get heated.
Might get heated.
Oh, it's going to get heated.
It's already hot.
We are going to be talking about a very controversial topic in the paranormal field
In between us.
and between
Yeah,
us.
I think.
I think we have some divisive decisions or
I need
opinions.
like a barrier right here. I feel like this is going to go bad.
Well, just
some people
know
might get
your
called
tone,
out. Yeah.
Know that I'm old and that I have a
and
quick
speak
temper.
slow.
Yeah. And loud. And loud.
Yeah. We are going to be talking about the phenomenon commonly known as ORBS. Orbs. Now, don't stop watching this episode because I just said that word, please. Give us a chance. I promise it will not disappoint.
Before we get into our topic, leave a comment on what you think of orbs and be brutally honest.
Yeah.
Because we are going to do the same thing.
We're going to be brutally honest.
We're going to be brutally
good with
honest.
that?
And I think
we're good. Well, just
some-
we have to, no violence, no expletive language.
Okay.
I think some people's views are going to be different than what they thought on this episode.
Oh, you think you might call somebody out on some?
I think he was looking at you.
So, yes. And I'll be first to admit my opinion on orbs has recently changed. Originally, I thought probably 99.9% of orbs is dust.
So before we get into it, what is an orb?
Well, can we hear a statement first?
Because that's what I was.
He has a great statement.
my bad.
Yeah. So
This is why we do get violent. Yeah. Youngsters need to know their place. I'm sorry.
So I'll go into what an orb is. Generally a light anomaly in a video or photo, and it comes up as a perfect circle, usually bright white.
With concentric rings.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
not always, but sometimes.
Yeah.
My personal opinion, I have seen multiple orbs over the years. I have seen them in photos. I've seen them in videos.
In person.
In person, yeah. That's a fair statement. So 99.9% of orbs up until a month ago, I would have said, are dust particles, insects, light refractions, or film anomalies. There is a 0.01% of orbs that are captured that are not, and that they could be paranormal.
That make you go,
They make you go,
Yep.
Recently had an experience with a ton of film footage with certain people that I'm willing to probably put that to 99% are bugs, insects, and whatever. I had a 1% that I got to see orb in daylight on film. And then we did a whole bunch of testing to disprove a whole bunch of other situations. So I am more open to orbs now than I was 2 months ago.
I think that's well said.
So the thing the thing everyone needs to realize is that I would say 99% of people that are out going and doing paranormal investigations are using a digital camera or their cell phone, right?
Mm-hmm. With IR.
Or IR. You have to realize that the reason you're picking up all that dust and particulate in the imagery is because your lens is so close to the aperture that when it sends out that flash to get the light input, it's immediately coming back because there's no distance between the two. And it's just going to illuminate everything that was in that range, right?
And so is your video camera.
And so is your video camera.
That's shooting in IR or full spectrum.
Now, I personally, and we'll get into it with what recently happened because it's an anomaly. Theoretically, a true orb is something that you can see physically with your own eyes that's putting off illumination. And
self-illuminated.
I physically have seen such a phenomenon.
Some of those are also known as will-o-wisps of the wisp.
Ball lightning.
Ball lightning.
Spirit lights.
I can tell.
Spirit lights, yeah.
Spook lights.
So, with all respect, and I love the show, and I don't want to hurt the flow.
I hope you love the show. You're on it.
No, I love you guys. Saying that, I don't want to hurt the flow too much. But if I'm going to talk about this, I'm going to need some alcohol.
Welcome back. We've got our drinks refilled, and we're ready to talk to you about this horrible phenomenon known as orbs. I think someone's ready to chum along.
I am.
So I don't remember.
Did recent events maybe shake a little bit of your opinions on light anomalies, dust particles? Or are you still the same?
I'm definitely not the same. And I think you know that. And I think you guys getting my text for a solid week.
Yeah.
And first of all, let me apologize for that because I was in a different state of mind for a while.
It was an interesting place. It definitely affected you a lot.
It
and
did.
Somebody else. I mean, you weren't the only one.
Yeah.
I fell asleep. It affected me.
No,
That's not like me.
No, but I have nothing mad respect for you being able to do that. I mean, whether
I don't know if
that was paranormal or not.
He also didn't smell rotting flesh either. So
Well, that's true too.
Yeah.
Well,
he did smell something dead, but that was him
coming out of his bunghole.
But as we get back, we were talking about orbs, light anomalies, and there's a couple different variations. Like we were talking about the physical ones that you see. Most people talk about the ones that get caught on cameras that you don't always see, and that's kind of hard because most cameras that catch them, you don't necessarily have somebody in the room. Just the experience. Like I'm going to be honest, I probably saw more orbs in that one day than I. All combined, out of all the pictures and everything else I did, the amount of orbs we got captured on our cameras is high.
And that's the hard thing, catching, not seeing them physically, but just capturing them. You have no relative perception of how close, how far, how big, how small, how wet, dry. There's no contextual roadmap.
Wet, dry.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a water particle or something like that, or it could be dust.
Fog forming, yeah.
But there's no roadmap when you're capturing that on photography or video to determine all those characteristics. It makes it even harder to validate. But when you see shit that we saw, you don't need to validate it, in my opinion.
I mean, I was flabbergasted that you could not in the room see them for as bright and how big they were as they were coming, and the fact that it only happened when certain people were in the room at certain times, but the amount, and then like the flipping like a coin, I had not ever seen that like that, and the fact that it comes towards the camera, then goes up. Versus the reason why I bring that up is when you're looking at orbs, you look for air movement, because dust particles, bug flights.
And typically, if it's dust, they'll all there may be a current change, but they all follow that same river.
Yeah, the same flow, and that's we saw stuff that literally looked like it went towards the hallway and then literally U-turns and comes back in the room and goes in.
And I have a theory on that one that I want to talk about.
I had checked all the windowsills. I did not see any bugs in the windowsills. I did not notice one fly, gnat,
Thank God,
insect.
because that's a big factor for demonic possession.
Well, I mean,
so thank God we didn't see dead flies everywhere.
That's why I was looking for dead flies.
No, I give you props for that.
I was doing that for a reason.
So I'm gonna jump in just a little bit.
Just a toe. Put the toe in the water.
Just put the tip of the toe.
Tiptoe through the Sally house.
Another investigator that we know, we showed him some of the video footage and he dismissed it. So I'm gonna get real quick.
Yeah, but it's hard.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna bring some light to it. I'm not even calling the person out. I'm just gonna bring some light to what JD just said.
Yeah.
There was no insects in that house. There was nothing flying around. Okay, you know me. I'm 100% sure anomalies are just is BS, and I take that away from anybody, and I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, but that's how I feel. Saying that, you guys were seeing stuff down at Command Center, calling people down. When I was in the room with other people as well.
Darkwoods, you can say their names.
Yeah, and I had no idea what was going on.
And as big and bright as they were on the IR.
Afterwards, I
well, now you did
like
see
10,
you did
15
see a
seconds of it.
light at one point in time.
I did, but on this instance that you guys were showing people, I had no idea what was going on, and that really bothered me. That I was unaware. I didn't have any feelings. I had no visualization, no uncomfortable feeling at that point. But you guys were seeing a show that.
Yeah, and we had Gabriel pound. We had him pound the bed
in multiple locations
because I was up to that point I was 99.9. It's all dust particles, insects. There's that rare 0.01 of you catching. Yeah. And we tried to disprove it all, and like we talk about, and that's also something you had to be there for the experience because like there was no air movement in that house at all.
Nope.
No insects, the stuff that I would normally like. The house was really clean. There wasn't dust buildup on anything. They come in and they clean the house. I was very impressed with everything.
Yeah.
Even Gabriel beating on the bed didn't generate
nothing came
dust,
up.
which is
nothing came up.
I can just picture the Molly maid or whoever gets assigned being like, suck. I'm by myself and I got to go clean the Sally house.
But
shout out to whoever's cleaning it. They did a phenomenal job.
You probably have someone going with you.
We'd recommend that.
Yeah. There was stuff happening around me that I want to say is paranormal that I was unaware of, and that's a first for me. And that really changed my outlook on not only the other stuff we're going to get into.
Well, I mean, that just as a case note that we kind of briefly Parrot Chum fell asleep. That house did not fit any normal haunting locations I have ever been in. It felt like walking in my grandma's house.
Yeah.
And if it's okay with you guys, I have a couple of pictures that I've taken from investigations that I've seen with my own eyes. That's why
you got pictures.
Pulled a camera up to capture it, and you can see that they are bright, luminescent, glowing balls in the room.
Yeah.
And
they're under IR. It is common that you'll get the orbs, and people won't see them because it's literally an IR reflection off of material dust or whatever. The ones that we got were so bright and
Big.
some of them were how big they were, and some of them were fairly solid. That I could not believe somebody in the room was not.
And
like,
you said that to me.
Because if it's dust, those particles would have had to been huge, and you would have felt as much as in some of those instances.
If they had been bugs, you guys would have been going.
I'm telling you, they were not bugs.
Yeah.
No, I know.
And looking at the patterns that we saw, what we're talking about right now at this point was not dust particles being blown around. Because there's no way. It doesn't do that.
So the one, and I hope you don't mind if I cut in here for a second.
That's why we're having this conversation.
The one that I found the most interesting was, and do you want me to post a clip of it on the episode? Or someone to post a clip of it on the episode? Gabriel is basically standing in the master bedroom against the wall leading to the main hallway to the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And an orb comes, you see it come out of the wall.
Well, reference. He just smelled the wall shortly before that because they had.
We're not freaks.
I smelled something.
Yeah, he smelled something. OG smelled something. He literally sniffs the wall trying to figure out where this fragrance is coming from.
Correct.
They turn and look out the hallway to see if they can get anything. This is when the orb then appears out of the middle of the wall.
Yeah.
Starts small.
Yeah.
Comes out and it does
towards the camera.
towards the camera,
frame.
and it does this trailing flip like a coin and then goes up.
But I can understand people saying that it's just frame rate issues when
Maybe
you're
on the
seeing
trailer.
tailing, but the tail that this thing created was like it was leaving a ripple in the fabric of the universe.
Space. You know,
time and space.
It was definitely unique.
Well, all I can say, if you're a seasoned ghost investigator or whatever, and you see this clip and you have your opinion, great, that's your opinion.
Yes.
What I can tell you,
don't give a shit.
If and I am anti-orb.
Well,
we know that. We know this.
I was fairly
100%.
Like I'm
You have
glad
no
what
idea
you
what
said.
you're. If you're just agreeing with
Yeah.
us, you had to be there because
It is, and that's one of the hard things of like because I 100%. If I had not been there and we played those episodes, what we got,
I'd be
I would
like
have said,
that.
yeah,
I was
same here.
missed it.
Same here.
Yeah,
Same here.
Yeah, no, and that's why I was giving a little bit of credence towards Jason when I said
Yeah, no, I
I won't even
absolutely.
talk about Jason.
No, I'm saying like I sent him a clip and he's like, "Oh, that's just frame rate issues or that's a bug."
Sorry, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You weren't there.
Wait, no, that.
But he doesn't have the context.
Context.
The context.
Whoa.
The
Yeah,
context.
context of being there.
Or the context.
Yeah, and that's the hard
That's
part
fine.
about to me about this is like I would have had the same opinion if I
Yeah.
didn't have the same context of being there and having the
Yeah.
what all I checked to
And that's my
verify.
whole point.
Yeah,
You don't know what you're speaking of because you weren't there. I'll just put it
Yeah,
that way.
and it-
Whether it's Fred, Rick, James,
yeah.
whoever,
And
Now-
I mean to the point that we're going to go back.
I have to go back.
Yeah, to revalidate some of the stuff.
You
just
heard
to
it
make-
first here, folks.
Yeah. I never wanted
Well,
to go.
we haven't even talked about the bright one that
No,
was outside
no.
during the date.
We're just talking about this one specific time
We'll,
at this point.
we'll get to that because I want to.
Because that one's on the already posted out there.
Yeah. So
That's
before
one
we,
hell of a fast bug.
it is before we get and fucking excuse my language.
Whoa.
Freaking irradiated. Like it should have been made of uranium the way it was.
How
going.
bright it was in the sunlight.
There are phenomenon out there called phantom lights or spook lights that people see that are usually pent up energy that come out of the ground and stuff, and they float around.
There are some gas anomalies that can
Yeah.
happen, and that will refract light if
Yes.
there's enough sun or moonlight out. There's some,
But those are an
And I would-
extreme rarity.
And I tried to discount this when they first showed me.
Well,
And I looked at it 13 times.
I think it was the experience that you had right after that really solidified it. For you.
That's it. And that's what I was getting to.
Yeah. So please take it away, Mister.
Well, we kind of already talked about it. I mean,
you smelled something, and it wasn't.
yeah, it was. No, so Gabriel came in and he goes, "Hey, I don't know if it's me or if it's Raven or whatever, but hey, just take a look at this." I'm like, okay. So they started in their little session, their little, hey, we're at the Sally house. We're going to do this. And you see this white, like, it's daytime, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, it does go.
Yeah.
If you slow it down, you can see that there is a slight wave to it as it goes up.
Yeah.
But the rate that it goes up
Yeah. Quick.
is very fast.
Very fast. Mach 1.
Well, and she didn't even notice
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And so he showed me, I'm
It
like,
was that fast.
obviously he saw it on the camera,
Yeah.
right? So he brought it and showed it to me. I go, oh, it's a bug. And he goes, well, look at it again. I looked 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 at it again. I'm like, oh, okay.
Did you look at it again?
I like
Then you slowed it down. and looked at it.
I did. I would say between 11 and 13 times. I'm like, okay. That's
Why not 11 and 12 or 12 and 13?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, between 11 and 13
You're trying to be
times.
scientific.
Yeah. So, yeah, which is, yeah. Anyway,
So if you looked at it between 11 and 13, that means you looked at it 12 times.
at least.
At least.
So as it flew up at Mach 1, I don't know any insect that can fly that fast. That, by the way, is self-illuminated.
Yeah, in daylight. That was the other thing that people were trying to. And you can see the video. We'll put a post of.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, that's really peculiar. I can't mark it off. I'm smart. I'm going to go out there with some investigating tools. So I took my millimeter out there, set up the.
Did you take a camera?
He had a camera, so I didn't need one.
Okay.
Okay.
I was just
That's,
messing with
that's
you.
how it always goes.
That's exactly what happened. So he already had the camera. So I took out some equipment, K2 meter, and my millimeter, and had it all set up for the REM pod and shadow detection and all that, right in front of her. By the way, where we saw the anomaly.
Yeah.
He's in front of her. I'm staying out of the shot. I'm on the other side of the tree, leaning against it, doing one of these.
You were smoldering.
Ain't
no ghost gonna get one over on old OG.
So I got the equipment, man. He's got the camera. We're not going to miss anything.
Yeah,
And,
you
and
did.
then yeah.
I'd be pissed too if I were you.
Well, it's just I've had a lot of problems with this. I saw something move that I could see through. Outside.
In front of the house.
Right next to her. That was about this high. And I don't know what it was, guys. To this day, I can't get my head wrapped around it.
Of a small child.
It was about the height of a small
Now,
child.
did you
and I
see-
know where you're going.
You didn't see 3 red dots anywhere, did you?
No. Not on me anyway. Not on me.
But you weren't the only one that saw it.
No, and the only reason I saw it because it moved,
Yeah.
like the movie Predator in the cloaking mode.
Had it not moved, you wouldn't have picked it up.
I probably wouldn't have picked it up, and it went, and I didn't even flinch. I'm trying to absorb what I just saw because I've never seen like that in my life. And then Gabriel gets done filming, and he goes, I said, did you see something? Or he said, I don't know which one of us said. And he goes, yeah, I saw smoke. I go, no. I saw something like you would see in the movie Predator. He goes, that's it. And for some reason, I wasn't spooked. I wasn't scared.
Didn't go into high alert.
I did not. But what I did do, without a camera in my hand, because we had to film her 13 times, maybe 11, 13 times, looking down the side of the house to see if I could find this.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Our atypical reactions did not happen on any of that.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole night.
Yeah. And
So I have to ask, what would your reaction have been if we had been filming a podcast here or in your place, like we normally do, and you had seen that? I know the answer because I know the response first.
So we already know we have it on
something.
cotting on film.
yeah, I'd go after it. I would try to find it. I'd be chasing after it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the camera in your
So
hand.
something was off.
Yeah. Something was off, guys.
But it didn't put you on edge.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened in that moment.
No, it's
It's not anybody's fault.
From that moment on, and before that, I was getting some really high millimeter spikes on my millimeter.
Yeah, up to 200.
Up to 275 or whatever. Maybe that affected me, the high EMF readings I was getting. I don't know. But from that point on,
I'd be honest, I almost wondered if we hadn't gotten like a radio transmission into the house of how massive some of the spikes were on the K2 meters and the REM pods just going nuts
If only someone had had a spectrum analyzer.
to pick up all the different
Oh, that's
frequencies.
right. I did. and I didn't use it.
Didn't use it.
That's on me.
Well,
No, it's fair.
Like we talk about it, like everybody was off.
yeah.
Parrot Chum,
Yeah.
even after seeing all the orbs and all that, went and sat on the couch, and I totally missed the opportunity to take a Sharpie and draw on his face. I'm like, that's totally what I would do.
Well,
I mean, you fall asleep during an investigation.
That should
So
happen.
not only that, but
And maybe some pictures.
Yeah.
Juan and I go up to the master bedroom together, and
Hey, you do on your own investigation.
I've seen Juan at the Stanley Hotel. So
what's up, Juan?
come out of the closet. Oh, go ahead.
Usually, even with just one other person, I'm nervous, but the camera stopped working, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, "Hey, Juan, take this downstairs, change the battery," and he left me up there for like 20 minutes by myself, and I'm just sitting there, not a care in the world.
Yeah.
That is
No, it's not you.
totally opposite.
But you
I
seem
would have been sitting there normally going,
comfortable. He was
Yeah.
comfortable there.
like,
Well, I
shaking the
felt
camera.
but
I also took a flash.
But after everything has happened, yeah, well, that was cheating. But after what you've gone through in your apartment, I can see why that would not affect you.
Yeah.
I have to turn the lights on to go pee in the middle of the night.
Well, and even
That's-
after seeing all that activity of the orbs and that, you still were comfortable throughout the whole night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we should get back to
So we're talking about orbs.
So we're talking about the orb, and what made me think, okay, there's Dave. Yeah, something's up, man. You get your head straight. Get, and I was not straight the rest of the night. So we can go on. We can move on to talk about
So-
the other stuff we saw.
Yeah,
so
so-
we'll take another quick break here for just a second because we need to turn the AC on for a few minutes because
Yeah.
I am sweating balls.
Yep.
Yeah.
But when we get back, I have a serious question for you guys in terms of
Why it's got to be so serious?
Like the theoryeth.
psychological implications
Okay.
into the
We'll go
orb
from there.
phenomenon.
He got that word from class. He keeps
Yeah.
using it.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right
Psycho.
So, welcome back to Chumming with the Spirits. We went and cooled off a little bit. It's hot in here. Before we went to break, I talked about asking you guys a question about the psychological implications of orbs, right? So, I know we've delved in this into previous episodes. Used to do personal investigations. People would contact us and say, hey, our homes are haunted and we want some answers, right? How do you handle going to a private residence, them showing you a picture of a dust particle, and them saying, I believe this is my dead husband, coming back to give me peace, to let me know that everything's okay, and it's a comfort that he's coming to visit me and showing himself to me. My personal opinion is, I know it's dust, right? I'm not going to tell that person otherwise.
It's
That's
plausible.
what brings them comfort.
I knew
Threw me off.
I knew you were going to say that.
It's what brings them comfort.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Addict.
It's not.
Like Juan?
No, what?
No. It's not my place to tell her otherwise.
Yeah.
What are your guys? You just told me your opinion.
Yeah, my opinion is the same thing. Like, it's not hurting anything. And there's always a probability. You don't know the situation.
But-
you weren't there.
How do you handle that being a scientific paranormal investigator when they're asking your personal professional advice and you have a hard time?
You go, in my opinion, if I saw that out of context, I would think that's a dust particle. But since I wasn't there when you took the picture or got the feelings of when you had that picture, because there's got to be something else in context with that, I can't put myself in the same situation. All I can say is, to me, it looks like a dust particle, but there is a good probability if you think that's your dead husband and you had a calming sensation over you, that maybe it was. Who are you to be able to disprove or prove from a scientific method?
That's fair.
That is a political correct way to do it.
Well, and I think that's the human moral way to do it.
Now, if it's you, I'd say it's a friggin' bug or dust particle.
Yeah.
But but like we have friends that have looked at some of our evidence and said, "Oh, that's a bug." And again, they have no context, because if I didn't have any context, yeah, I would say, "Oh, that's just dust." I
That's
mean,
fair.
Now,
like you should have been coughing up dust balls.
it brings it up into another realm. So,
Another realm?
Not segueing, I'm transitioning. Hypothetically, 20 years from now, Juan comes to you, shows you this picture of a dust orb, says the same thing.
We're talking about Juan.
Yeah.
Okay, so it depends on the state of mind he's in.
No, I mean, like,
Is he sincere? Is he a broken man? I mean, I know you're broke, Juan, but you know what I'm saying.
Still owes you $20.
Yeah, he owes me more than that.
but how do you handle that?
Like I said, it depends on the situation. If he's coming up and it's jolly, whatever, he's going to tell him, "Oh, no, it's a dust particle."
Yeah, I'm like, well, man, you know what, bro? I love what you're saying, but
Yeah,
this
Get back in that
and I'm not
closet.
a scientific guy. I'm street. Juan is street. I'm just gonna say, I know I can't talk what I would really do, but I would put him in this place.
But he came up and said he thinks it's his dead wife or child that came to contact him.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
so I
totally
know
different.
his wife. I'd look at him like, man, looks nothing like her, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I'm not very good at lying. So
I have no words.
I'm not good at lying.
Okay.
But if he tells me, Dave, I really want to believe this is her, and blah 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 blah, and he's a broken man, I'm like, hey man, I would just do what I've always done. I'd give him a hug, tell him I love him, and if she's trying to, if she is trying
Go
to
back in the closet.
if she is trying to get a hold of you, you'll know. You'll find out down the road.
You go dust your house.
Yeah, I'm coming over with some pledge.
I'm going over with some pledge.
But wouldn't that be cleansing the house?
Not what I'm drinking.
That's a fair statement.
Wow. Yes, in a way that would be cleansing.
Orbs' worst enemy pledge.
Lord.
So, how have your perceptions altered from your recent proclivities in the realm of experience?
You're asking me this?
Yeah.
After what we just went through 3 weeks ago, or was it a month ago?
What were they before? What were they during? And what are they now?
99.99% it's dust particles or a bug.
Okay.
That was before, right?
That was before.
During.
Well, we didn't talk about what we saw. So if we're
We
gonna,
showed you stuff.
but, I mean, if
But
I'm talking about the light that I saw. I mean, if we don't want to cover that's fine. After seeing that, for now on,
but how did you feel in the moment?
when I saw that,
What, yeah.
I was in awe because I've never seen anything like that.
Were
in
you
my life.
like, huh, I was wrong?
No, that thought that
Never crosses
that,
Never crosses.
not at all. No, well, if we're talking about the light anomalies, that was dancing all over Gabriel, and that I was recording live for him on his podcast.
Still want to see that.
I was in awe, and I said, "Are you people seeing this?" Because I have never seen anything like that before in my life. I felt like I was a news reporter seeing
Without a
something. No, with someone else's camera for another network, talking to the people like, "Are you seeing this? This is unbelievable." And I was in that moment. After several days of reflecting on what happened and how it changed my way of thinking. If someone shows me Orb, a film that, hey, my so-and-so caught this, so-and-so got this, I'm going to give it a very consideration, much of a consideration, like, okay, I wasn't there, and they might have something here. So do you think, saying that, I still think 98% of this stuff that we're it's all 100%.
But before I went there, like I said, 99% of the stuff out there is generally dust particles or bugs. And you know, you can go back to Ghost Hunters and even Ghost Adventures. They bring it up when the orbs show up that, hey, that's an insect, or that's, you know, dust particles from this because of the way it moves. This now, we do have a friend of the show, Patsy, has a camera system. She is probably one of the most live recording of an orb, believable orb that I've seen, because it literally comes out of the wall, does a flip around and hits a cat ball, a geophode, and lights it up. Could have been an insect, because it would have to have mass, but the way it flew and came in is not indicative, and you don't. It literally goes into the ball lights up, but you don't see anything else. So if it was a bug and hit it, and you'd think you'd see a ricochet of
Fly off or something like that.
So that one was like, okay, that one, again, I wasn't there in the hallway. They got caught on a security camera.
Yep, I saw it.
yeah.
I saw it, and I love
One of the more compelling ones, I think.
I love Patsy to death. She's just an amazing person. I'm so happy we got to meet her.
Agreed.
Saw it, and that was before this. I was thinking, it's a bug. You know, Patsy got a bug. You know, I love you, Patsy, but that's a, you know, I didn't want to say that. I'm like, so what I said was, well, that's interesting, Patsy. Now I retract that. And
It sounds like you're a little higher than or lower than 98%.
Maybe 95. 95%. Well, I mean, so that one was fairly compelling, because it's one of two things. It's either a bug,
no.
or it's
Yeah.
A demon.
well, I don't know.
And because I wasn't there,
Yeah.
I have to say that's a very good possibility that she caught it.
And I would have to agree, because that's where I'm at now. After being there,
You don't like that word.
the probabilities.
Stand it.
But I now realize context has a bigger implication on orbs than what I thought.
Yeah, I think
Like-
that's fair.
Yeah, and it's like
And
you know,
I'm humbly sorry of my narrow-mindedness until that happened.
yeah. Well, and like I said, sorry, leg cramp.
You all right?
Yeah, get dehydrated.
Charlie horse.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
it's 107 degrees in here, and we're drinking Coke and other libations.
staying really hydrated with Diet Coke. Like I said, if I were to count all the orbs we got on the cameras, it's probably more than I have seen before that event, and I've seen quite a few. Like I had a family member that was very common for you to take pictures around her. My grandma, you'd take pictures around. There would be orbs, bright daylight. You'd get orbs on your camera. Didn't matter if it was digital or Polaroid or whatever. It just and she always just said, "Oh, that was probably like just a relative coming in to check in." So you know, I've always been open minded, but I've seen orbs most of the time, dust particles and insects. That was a lot. And it wasn't like all flowing in one direction. Like we went through, like I tried to debunk. We patted the bed, because I mean, like usually when you see that many at that one point where there's just this mass, and it's coming towards the camera, which doesn't make sense because it's in a dead end corner. There's no airflow going that way. If it was going away from the camera towards the door, maybe airflow because somebody opened the front door. It was so interesting to me.
So the other weird thing is, I've done countless
Stupid things, yep.
stupid things. I've done countless investigations
on
with
investigations.
stationary IR systems. And usually when there's thick, heavy dust in a room, it's going to look like snow. So you're going to see
That's real.
big, small, bright, dim,
Because they're different sized particles.
because they're different sized particles. They're reflecting differently because of the way they're positioned.
And they usually stir up when somebody's walking in and out.
They stir up when someone's walking in or walking out.
Or AC
What
system
we
takes
saw
off.
on the DVR system was, I would say they were relatively all uniform size, and it was sporadic. It wasn't like just dust in the air. It was like they had purpose. And I have to wonder if the reason you brought this up before, the reason that you couldn't see them in the moment was because we don't have the capability to see infrared.
No,
Well, I mean, another theory on the reason why we had so many orbs, I had briefly talked with PRI about, was we had massive electronic issues and battery drain. Were we pumping all
Into
that
the air.
energy, and it was something trying? Because I mean, that was to manifest.
Yeah.
Because we got a lot of activity in that room. We had some weird IR light issues after I even set the lights to stay steady. Would go bright and go down like it was picking something up. We had other anomalies, but from the reason why I wanted to have this conversation with you guys, because I do think orbs are controversial, because there are people that are like 100% no matter what. That's a spirit. I'm on the other side, but I definitely have shifted, and I have a more open mind when I see people show me pictures of orbs because of I did all the things. I double checked it. I mean, we checked for insects. We checked for airflow. We definitely know there was no airflow.
No airflow.
The AC, the house was cool, but there is no airflow in the house.
Which meant it was not cool.
Yeah, well, it became hot very fast, very similar to this room. Like, there's airflow in here, but we're just generating a lot of heat.
And I have to say, no airflow, hot, do not release bodily gases.
Yeah, they stay.
They do not mix well.
Well, that was the other indication, is that there's no airflow in that house. Is that lingered there for quite a few minutes on the stairway.
saying also, I've never, besides seeing a lightning ball, I have never seen balls of light self-illuminated. That was the first.
Out in the light. Yeah.
I mean,
That wasn't my first,
No, in the room dancing all over.
Oh,
the
on
room.
him, yeah.
Yeah, and I said, there it goes. When I went out the hallway, as soon as I said that, it came right back and started dancing all over him again. And I've never seen anything like
Could it
that.
have been a fairy?
See, I want to say I don't believe in fairies, but after what I've just gone through, saying that orbs are just is BS, I can't
Say it's plausible?
I would be more of an idiot. Say no, that's not possible at all, right?
It definitely changed my opinion on orbs. And like I said, the context makes a huge difference for me.
It does.
Like,
No, you're right. I cannot no longer say no. Sorry, I can't do it no more. I have to take a genuine interest in someone.
You can't not no longer.
exactly.
Okay.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
I cannot any longer
There we go.
Dismiss
someone showing me
easily.
a picture or a video
I mean,
clip.
you could, but you couldn't. But you could, but you couldn't.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but
You went to K-State. You know this stuff.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Science class.
Plausible
my ass.
deniability.
Science class, my ass.
But yeah, no, it's I definitely have a different take. I'm going to be more open minded when I see stuff, because like you said, if you're not there, you don't know the context.
It's humbling.
Because I'll be honest, I really thought when we asked Gabriel to beat on the bed, that was going to be it. And when he smacked it the first time and no dust came
I
up,
told him
was
to go to
like,
the other side, do the same thing.
that's not a good sign.
No, you
So,
know. Go ahead.
You have to wonder though too, if not us and the electronics causing them to appear, if they may not have been spirits, but because we were having all that energy drain, if it was some sort of electronic phenomenon.
Okay,
I mean,
that's
that's
really good.
possible.
An electrical phenomenon.
But
somebody else-
when we were outside, well, how do you
explain that
Yeah, how do you
before we
explain
even
that?
got started
Yeah.
with the battery drains and all that?
To completely
Separate incidents.
isolated incidents.
It was.
He tries so hard to be smart. I love you, man.
But yeah, no, it was.
smart one.
It definitely. I'm definitely looking forward to going back to try to prove or disprove just the orbs alone.
Yeah.
I want to do some tests and theories on the battery drains, see if we can get some of that caught.
I kind of wonder if we're not going to experience that stuff without the other people there.
Well, and that was
that
another
was a
thing.
theory.
Did they bring that with them from the other place they went to? Because we know that happened.
Damn you, Darkwoods.
But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're in
let's
one of the top.
Can we just
10
blame Raven?
haunted-
Because I like Gabriel a lot. He's a cool dude, and not that I don't
What's wrong
like
with Raven?
No, nothing wrong with Raven. But let's just pick one person and blame that person.
Yeah.
Well, usually it's me, so I'm fine with that.
Okay, so you're on board for Raven. It's on on you.
Yeah, you're going to have to come back at some point. We have to reinvestigate, see if it's all your fault.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to her the other night. Well, last night, matter of fact, before I went to bed, and she's like, she wants to go investigating again. She just keeps wanting to go out. I'm like, well, sounds like you're down to become an investigator full time.
Well, I had talked to them, and they didn't have as much history.
Am I the only one that doesn't talk to people?
Yes, pretty much.
You talk to strangers.
But they said that they were worried
ahead.
that they were going to show up and there wouldn't be any activity. And I'm like, well, in the back of my mind, I was worried about that because there's always a chance at a haunted location that you're going to go there and nothing happened.
I mean, technically they weren't wrong.
Yeah.
Because in the moment, there was no activity.
Yeah, there's no discernible activity other than the
we can
REM
learn
pods
from
were
that.
going off.
We
The
can learn
K2
from that.
meters were going off. The millimeter was going off.
We can stop by a certain location, which they did, knock on the door and introduce ourselves
Well,
and do a tour.
I just,
I'm good.
what's the odds of being in a place that is in the top 10 haunted locations in North America that has been investigated by every major network and paranormal show, and they've all gotten activity.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them has activity. Even the newest podcast group, Josh and that's the two guys. They've investigated it twice. Josh and Colby investigated it twice, and they have activity both different times that they went in. And they're not huge paranormal people. They're just something that they're kind of picking up.
But has anybody had this stuff? Well, we had.
I have not seen
Besides the
Orbs.
scratches thing.
Yeah, the scratch. I was anticipating somebody having scratches.
Yeah.
He was not the person I thought would get scratched.
Yeah.
When he did,
If he did.
He even said it didn't feel like a scratch. It more felt like somebody was trying to pull him out of the room. Maybe trying to protect him. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I was expecting. So the REM pods, and it's noted that things can move in the nursery. Toys and all that have been known to be moved around. We didn't catch any of that.
Well, here's a good thing, and I'm not trying to finish this up.
I didn't have nightmares. That's a good thing.
Yeah, well,
I slept like a baby.
Yeah.
yeah. So, F you both. I did, and I don't have nightmares. And I don't
Now.
stay up. I do now. I don't stay up late at night thinking about stuff like this unless it's work. We have a guy going with us on our next one.
Yep.
He's already got it booked. We need to book the house.
Who's that?
His name would be Matt Orton, and
I don't want him to go.
Well, I get it. I've talked to the guy
I'm
for a little
joking,
bit.
Matt.
He seems to have stuff follow him around as well. That stuff happens to him. So that'll be a
might
good
be a good
indicator.
trigger,
It
yeah.
might be the guy.
What are you hoping to reaffirm by going there? Because there was.
I want to see it again.
I want to. Yeah, I would like to see if we can duplicate.
I want to
get some of the
experience the
same
same thing.
I want to know if
And I want to make sure someone keeps me on point.
Well, yeah.
I want to make sure that, hey, we got a bucket of cold water. We're going to throw it on you. If you're not acting this strange OG.
I'm gonna spray you like a cat.
I want to feel uncomfortable. That's what I want to feel, because then that means I'll in my normal state.
bend
Well, you
over.
did. I mean, you did hop up and run pretty fast when you
Well, yeah, that was-
antagonized something in the basement.
That was self-induced.
Yeah.
Well, that's most of your hunting investigation tricks. Self-induce. I know. I've heard stories.
But to be fair, you didn't spend a whole lot of time up in the master bedroom. You're only up there for what,
20 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I went up there. Like I said, the weird thing I had up there was, and it didn't.
I was up there by myself for like almost an hour when we were setting up cameras, though.
Well, like I said, I felt like somebody was standing right next to me where there was a
Yeah.
dresser, like looking over me. But that was the only weird thing I had. It wasn't like I was like paranoid or scared. It just felt like somebody was like hovering over me as I'm trying to ask questions.
Well, let me ask you. We've all been there. Okay, it's a broad question. Is it haunted?
I don't know yet.
Okay, I like that.
Absolutely, it's fucking haunted. I mean, you saw a predator-sized child
Yeah,
run away.
you know what?
We get
And I feel
orbs
like-
out of the wazoo.
So there's-
I don't feel like we're really making enough stink about that.
I want to elaborate.
we
Can I elaborate,
Yeah.
please?
Oh, well,
Sorry,
I
wasn't-
didn't know you were
that
talking.
came
I
off.
didn't know he was talking.
That came off rude. I apologize.
no, it's fine.
No.
There's a difference between having paranormal activity
Okay.
and denoting a place is haunted. at this point in time, we don't have a full data set to correlate that it wasn't something that someone brought in with them for the evening, as opposed to stuff from
As
the
opposed to
house.
historical records going back to 1993 with actual scratching being caught on video.
Yes.
Or the
Twice, by the way.
multiple times, yeah. And
Now-
then also the rose being wilted in the window, or the snap getting melted off the baby, or the multitude of other people going and getting orbs, getting things moving, EVPs. Like you're talking about, we don't have the data set.
Yes.
I am looking at the history of the house and what it has to be the most documented haunted location in Kansas.
So
not the world, but in Kansas. There's been enough major investigations, and they've all captured.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why I would say
So, in my mind, I can't say that it's haunted based on our personal data set.
You know what?
Does that make sense?
I think
I'm
that's
not saying that
that's
it's
a
not
political
haunted.
thing to say.
No,
That's a politically right thing to
That's a
say.
political thing. Like you want to back up with your own data to prove whether or not you're comfortable saying it's haunted.
And going through all the
Now,
video
if I
footage
fall
we
asleep
have.
again, it's fucking haunted.
Okay, what about all the what about all the footage we have? Have we gone through and dissect all of that? I mean,
He's still going through it.
okay. Can we all do that? I feel like we should all do it together.
Well, so the goal is he's going to go through and pick like the most spectacular
Haunted.
and chop those. So then when we go to review it, we're not going through.
Okay, so after seeing that, what will you think is haunted?
No.
Okay.
He wants to go back and see if it.
No, I get. Let me ask you. We're bros, right?
Yeah, we're bros.
And you know I love you,
About ready not to be.
like a bro.
Oh.
Maybe I'd cry at your wedding and your funeral. So just
That's fair.
Yeah, so I would do that for you. Do you really think I'd go to the Sally house if I thought it had something to it that we were led to believe in 1993?
If he asked you,
7 years.
So you have been adamantly opposed to going
Yeah.
for 7 years,
At least, yeah.
and then something triggered you to finally say
Yeah.
yes. Now I know what you were worried about. I think you thought it was demonic. I've never thought it was demonic, just from the. Now it's hard to say that because like the sightings, it comes across as demonic because the scratches were in threes and but they weren't. There wasn't like a possession. There wasn't dead flies. There wasn't the sulfur smells.
Yep.
He described.
I did
seeing-
smell something rotten.
Yeah, that's fair. But you finally went, and now you want to go back because it puts you off, like a step off.
Yeah, I'm definitely off.
And that's one of the things for me. That's part of the reason why I think it's haunted. Whatever's there
threw us off.
threw everybody off.
You as well?
So,
Oh yeah, he
so
fell
are you-
asleep. Like he should have been almost
Out in the car.
peeing in his
Running
pants
down the street.
with all the orbs. Well, like the REM pods. I literally grabbed my own REM pod because they were having activity in that room. I'm in the nursery trying to get my SLR camera working.
Yeah. You were fighting that thing.
Yeah, it would come up and then it wouldn't even pick me up as a skeleton. I've never had that happen. And then all of a sudden it just starts powering down. I have plugged directly into power and it just starts cycling power. I'm like, that's weird. I'm hearing their REM pod go off to the point that I'm like, they gotta have a bad battery. And then my REM pod goes off. From there, and I went, buddy. I was like here, grabbed mine, walked it in there. In a minute, we pulled theirs away, and I put mine down in the same spot. It still was going crazy. Raven had my K2 meter in her hand,
I was looking over
Yeah.
there like you were pointing something out.
but it was across the room,
Yeah.
and it is solid red.
So
I'm not. I mean, I
And
was
during
like,
this, we're picking up anomalies as well.
yeah.
So-
That's all during. Every time they were in there, we were getting that stuff.
when I was up there by myself, the REM pod wasn't going off, but
Oh, but it was
the
flickering.
green light was just going off because I could see it in the other room. That's weird.
That would make me think it's a bad battery.
And you used all my batteries.
Yeah, I mean, seeing the green light just go do the
No,
light,
but
okay.
we tried multiple. We tried multiple different REM pods.
Yeah.
We tried multiple different batteries. We tried your Mel meter. The fact, well, and it's odd to say this, the fact that the house felt normal throws me off because of the activity that we had. Like, if it was a EMF field, like a radio wave or transmission line near us, normally that includes with it a sense of paranoia. You feel like you're being watched.
But I didn't have that.
Nobody had that. The only time was when I was by myself and the REM pod wasn't going off.
Yeah.
I was just asking questions.
My base reading was 1.2.
And it went all the way up to like 200 at one point.
275, something like that.
And, and the orbs. I mean, the orbs are the kicker for me. Had, like I said.
And that's what we're talking about. I'm not trying to get us off.
No, I'm kind of trying to pull that back around. Was the orbs in the amount of them. And when it was only really when people were in there. It was very rare that we got orbs without people in it. Moving around, we had people walking around hitting stuff to make sure it wasn't dust particles. I personally checked all the windowsills for bugs and how big and how unique they were. That's what's throwing me off. Is they're almost all of them are very uniform. They're the paths that they took.
That was the weird part.
That just
The uniformity and path.
like I said, if it was just one instance, we got one orb. And the way it did its path, I was like, maybe it's a bug. But we had it happen enough that, like I said, I had asked you, are you seeing this stuff?
I remember you asked.
I even asked Raven.
You sounded like you were disgusted at me.
I could not believe you could not see.
You were acting
all
really angry. I'm like, why are you upset with me? I'm like, do I need to start getting mad back? I didn't know how.
The fact that at one point you can see probably 15 to 30 of them on the screen at once, crisscrossing each other, going all different directions.
So much.
There's no type of vortexual airflow that I know.
And they're
of that
coming
can cause
into
that.
the room where there's no airflow. Like I said, if they were moving out towards the door,
but didn't even know it was happening, guys.
yeah.
I mean, you kept on calling people down. I'm like, what's going on?
Well, and the fact that some of them would form mid-screen. Like
Yeah, in
if
the
it,
middle,
if it was
yeah.
dust,
Yeah, you see it where it comes. Well, like I said, I thought for sure we'd smack the bed. And
yeah, that was a
get some, and
that
we
was
went-
a
or he's walking across the carpet. That's stirring
Yeah.
dust.
And
And that's real.
and I don't know why when I called that out and had him do that, and we didn't see anything, that my brain didn't go, oh shit.
no, that
Like-
was the whole night. We did not go
'Cause
into high alert.
Normally,
why
I
not?
would have.
Because you're Mr. Paranoid. You get scared of everything. You hear a freaking window breeze come in. You see a curtain flop from the air breeze. You get, oh shit, go.
No, I
Why
know.
did that set you off? Why?
Because they didn't want it to.
So you think something was control? You think?
I wonder if something wasn't lulling us into a sense of security. Not necessarily a sense of security, but
comfort?
comfort,
Delusion.
Yeah, to make it's all okay. Because like if we didn't have the electronics,
Oh, guys.
It was like someone was pumping dopamine through the vents.
because like if we didn't have electronics, if we got in there with like dowsing rods and which you can't go in with a Ouija
Pendulums.
board or
I could have brought a
if,
pendulum.
if we didn't have the electronics that we had, would we have noticed it
Anything.
as much? Because like if we didn't have
Well,
the stationary cameras,
We would have saw. We would
would
have
have caught some of the orbs.
Yeah, we would have caught the
Not
light.
near as many as. Well,
I,
you would, yeah,
and I
you
don't know
would-
if I want to call it orb, but that light bulb,
The light
whatever
anomaly,
it was. Yeah. But yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is like I think back and I'm like, well, if we didn't have electronics, we wouldn't have the battery drain.
And I would have saw that thing.
You would still seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever that thing is.
But that didn't even trigger you to go grab a camera.
I don't know what happened.
Wow. Well, and that was the whole night. Like we handed you a camera. Oh, it shut off, and you just put it on the bed. And then now you're flooding the whole room out with lights because you didn't realize the floodlights were on. But no, that was every one of it. Like I saw it. I didn't run up there with the camera to try to film from another angle, which I should have, because that was part of. I did adjust the camera to try to get better angles in the room. I should have gone up there, grabbed the one out of the closet, moved it over in front of that wall that we had stuff come out of, so we'd had multiple angles, and I didn't. I was too busy running around. 90% of my time was replugging things in, trying to charge, get different cables, and but I wasn't in high alert. I'm just going through the motion, trying to get this stuff all going.
And my whole focus was trying to get people to focus.
Yeah.
No, I'm being serious.
Trying to
Like,
try to get people to recap.
wasn't just you. It was everybody. It was even me.
No, I just felt bad for you to be put in that situation. And
No, he was so worried he was being mean because he was trying to call things out and people weren't necessarily following. And but we were all in, and it wasn't even a heightened sense of all this stuff. We were just
Doped.
Like he goes
Or not doped, duped.
it was like a dreamlike state. It's like,
Euphoria?
it's
I'll
like
be
you
honest.
just got rocked and you don't have all your senses to you.
Yeah.
It's like, you just took a shot on the chin like you never had, and you're just,
Well, but
your whole senses was not focused.
I didn't feel like the shot happened. It's like maybe getting sapped from behind. You
Yeah.
didn't realize you got hit.
Yeah.
It just him falling asleep. But the orbs sealed the deal for me. Definitely changed my opinion on them going forward. I am going to give more credibility to people when I see it because I wasn't there.
I think at this point in my life, I have to.
Yeah, so if anybody doesn't know what an orb means, it stands for optical radio blip. A radial blip.
Saying that, people,
I just made that shit
if
up.
you
Yeah.
catch something on your film, and I'm not saying it's not an orb, if it's not self-illuminating,
There's things you can
really
look
take
for.
a hard look at it.
And there's more probability now in my mind that they are there. There's
something to
there.
it?
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's
So what is it?
necessarily. It's a phenomenon of what I don't know.
They could be biological UFOs.
It could be something biological in the IR spectrum we can't see.
Yeah, like sky rods.
The fact they come out of nowhere throws me off. Like most of it when you watch the film, because we have crystal clear footage all the way across the room. The room's not that big. There are a few that just appear out in the middle. One comes out of a wall.
I
One comes out of the bed.
don't know where to go from this point, to be honest. Well,
We'll go back and we're going to have multiple cameras.
One came out of Gabriel's hand.
Yeah. So,
I'm like-
but that you visually could see.
Yes.
I had several come out of, but I'm not going to say that.
Yeah. No open flames in the house.
No open flames on the house. So let us know your opinions,
Yeah.
thoughts.
Put in the comments what you think of orbs. If they, are they just dust particles and insects, or are they, or do you think they're, a sign of spirits and ghosts?
And I would like to take this moment to say, Patsy, I humbly apologize for not taking more consideration on what you caught on what you believe was
And
orbs.
also, she called out during the live. She was seeing orbs when we were doing the live as early as 7:00.
Okay, well, 100% nothing but love to you. And
That's the next. When we go back, no live.
Yeah, we need to be 100% focused on what
yeah,
we're
I
doing.
don't think it would have made a difference with me at that time.
No.
No, but I think this next time, second time's a charm, right?
We'll find out. Usually it takes about 3 rounds for me to warm up. We'll see what happens. But we got Matt.
maybe
He'll
the
keep
knockout
us
will happen
grounded,
right-
right? Got 2 military guys with us. We'll keep grounded. We got a guy that looks at slides, and then we got me, the sales guy. Yeah. So we'll see.
It'll
We'll see.
be amazing.
We'll see what happens, man.
Looks at
Some of the-
slides.
You got the slide projector.
You project.
Oh, no,
you're
your little-
dissecting your little organisms and.
My actual real job.
Yeah.
It's like, because I've ever.
Yeah, well,
I'm not going to call you a scientist.
Okay.
Just because you look through a little scope. My dad did that for 53 years at
the only thing I
Allied
do.
Signal. Did you shoot lasers? Then you were not a scientist like my dad.
There's different kinds of scientists.
Laser.
Dentists or doctors too.
Yeah, that's what my brother-in-law keeps telling me. Scott, I love you, bro, but no, you're a dentist.
you can be an English doctor too. A doctorate is just a level of
Or
education.
doctor of philosophy. So, like, subscribe,
Leave comments.
leave comments. Please leave
Nice
comments.
ones.
Yeah,
Give us-
preferably nice ones, but we understand.
Give us suggestions for topics because
We're running out of them.
no, we're not wrong.
but it's always nice to hear from other people.
Fresh
like, hey,
perspective.
or if there's something that we should rehash that maybe we
Like Ninja Turtles.
those Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
we
dude,
skipped something.
Yeah?
that's a whole year episode.
We should do that. We should interview him.
I got props.
Have him put on the Raphael costume.
With the show.
I've got the I've got the hats and masks.
No.
No,
Yeah.
we never believe that.
No.
So until next time,
Be safe.
keep jumping.